Example 3 says, a trash can is constructed in the shape of a cylinder with a dome on top. The cylinder has a diameter of 14 inches and a height of 20 inches. Determine the maximum capacity of the trash can. Okay, so let's collect our data. And what we have here is the following. Well, just like in previous chapters when we were looking at two-dimensional shapes and we were looking at composite figures, we can also have the same idea but with three-dimensional shapes. In this case, we have a composite three-dimensional shape. In this case, the bottom part, we can clearly see that it is a cylinder, and the top part is half of a sphere. All right, so logically, what we need to do is, in order to find the total volume of this thing, let's write it down here as a reference, V total, we're going to have to find, in fact, let me start by, we're going to have to find the volume of the cylinder, which is right here. I'm going to call it VC for cylinder, plus the volume of the half a sphere, right? Half a sphere. So in fact, let's say that VC, just so that it's clear and it's clear on your notes, volume of a cylinder, and of course VHS would be the volume of half a sphere. Okay, so they give us some information here. It says 14 inches, so that means that from here, let's actually do it, from here to there, the width is 14 inches, but since for the formula of a sphere we need the radius, so we're going to have to use half of that. So the radius of that, let's actually draw it here, the radius would be 7 inches, and of course they say the height of this cylinder, so let's just do this here as a reference. The height of this cylinder is 20 inches, so let's write it down, 20 inches. Okay, not much, nothing we need to change there. Make sure you have this on your notes. So let's start calculating the formula for the volume of a cylinder. So once again, let's collect our data. I'm actually going to do it here. What's the volume of a cylinder? VC. The formula for the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times the height. Okay, so now we know that the radius is 7. So in fact, let's collect here. Radius equals 7 inches, and the height will be equal to 20 inches, right? So radius here is what? 7. So let's do that. Pi times 7 squared times the height, which is 20. And this is going to give us pi times 49 times 20. And what is this equal to? Well, when we multiply these three, you put it in your calculator, and you should be getting, well, I'm getting this, 3,078 with 76 decimal places. So 3,078.76, and if I'm going to round it up, there's going to be equal to 3,079.0 inches cube. Okay, so we have the volume of the cylinder of this part over here. Actually, let me see if I can draw it nicely so that it's more evident. Oh, but anyways, it's there. It's there. I hope you can see it. And now let's find the formula for half a sphere. Well, the formula for half a sphere, we need to develop it a little bit. So volume of the half a sphere, HS, is equal to, well, we're going to have to take the formula for finding a sphere, 4 pi r cubed divided by 3, and then we're going to have to divide that by 2. So if you review your fraction operations, what happens when you divide this by that? Eventually the formula for the half a sphere is going to be 4 pi r cubed over 6 VHS. All right. And then what happens next? Well, now we have this information. We have radius as 7 inches, so all we have to do is apply it, right? So let's see what we get. 4 times pi times 7 to the power of 3 divided by 6. And this, of course, will give us, so let's just put it in the calculator. You can also do it by steps, but at some point you probably get used to using your calculator for this purpose. Times 4 pi equals divided by 6 equals. So we are getting, well, I'm getting 718, I hope you guys can see it, yes, 718.4 inches cube, right? That's the volume of the half a sphere. So we found out the volume of this part, the top part, and now all we have to do is add the volumes of the two shapes. So as just like how we indicated here at the beginning. So in fact, I'm going to rewrite that down. So volume total is going to be equal to the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of half a sphere, and that's going to be equal to 3079.0 plus 718.4, which in fact I'm going to round that off to 719. Right, 719, because I'm rounding it off. Actually, I should have written that down here, 719. Okay, I'm just rounding it off. All right, let's add these two. So grab your calculators, and we add, let me see, we add 3079 plus 719 equals. So we are getting 3,798 inches cubed. So we can say therefore the volume of this trash can is 3,798 inches cubed.